Treetop Twins Wilderness Adventures. The Trish-Tracker Tiger. The moon shone down on the dusty plain, and the grasses hummed with busy insects. Their treetop family have taken their time machine back into Australia 3,000 years ago. They had walked across the grasslands as the sun set, following the footprints of what they hoped was a Tasmanian tiger, and they were now approaching a forest. For a whole week they had been tracking the footprints, but they still hadn't found any tigers, and tomorrow they had to go home. They had seen beautiful yellow-tailed back cockatoos. They had seen a little Tasmanian bitterns. Hopping along beside them, they had seen the cutest little baby pygmy possum, so small that it was curled up inside a great big leaf. But they couldn't find a Tasmanian tiger. However hard they looked, I can't believe we came all this way and we didn't find a tiger, said Affley. And I've lost my lucky crystal, said Tulip, sadly half asleep. Tulip had a little crystal stone that she was very fond of, and it had gone missing 3 days earlier. That they have searched their treetop home upside down, but they still hadn't found it. I knew we would never find a Tasmanian tiger, and soon I lost my crystal. That isn't very scientific. T-Rope, laughed Asha. I'm sure it's nothing to do with your crystal. It's just bad luck. It's maybe still turned up, said Professor Penelope. Sometimes it's only when you stop looking at that you find things. In the end, it will all feel better in the morning. But the treetop family were a little sad as they arrived back at their treehouse and went to bed under the brilliant stars of the Australian night sky. Yip yap! However, just as Professor Paolo was closing his eyes, he heard a strange sound. It was an eerie yip-yap, a bit like a cough and a bit like a bark. Tasmanian tiger, said Professor Paolo, opening his eyes and sitting up in bed. No, Paolo, replied Professor Penelope, sleeping. Look, there's a spotted bowerbird nesting in the branches above us. Bowerbirds emanate the sound of other creatures. We are disturbing them. Fun. Bowerbird is making that noise to frighten us off. So it is, said Professor Palo. Disappointment. I thought it sounded a bit close, but then, just as he was falling asleep one more, there was that strange noise again, except it seemed far away this time. Yip, yap. Professor Powell got out of his binoculars, and sure enough, paddling out of that forest came 6 Tasmanian tigers walking straight toward the tree where the treetop family were sleeping. Wake up, everybody, whispered Professor Powell. In the bright moonlight, they could see the creatures clearly. They looked like large dogs or wolves with stripes across their backs and tails hanging sniffly behind them. The tigers stayed underneath the tree for hours, giving the treetop family plenty of time to take photographs and making notes. They got all the information they needed before the tigers finally paddled off into the night again. That was amazing, said Ted. It was almost as if the tigers knew it was our last night, so everybody fell asleep tired but happy. They had seen the Tasmanian tigers, and even Tealup felt a little less sad about losing her lucky crystal. It would all feel better in the morning. Nighttime in the Australian forest long, long ago. In her nest up above where the treetop family was sleeping, the female spotted bowerbird was settling down on the tree, pattering eggs on the ground below. A little object shone in the moonlight, an object that 3 days earlier the male spotted bowerbird had picked up when he was looking for a shiny thing to decorate with his nest with. It was Tealup's missing crystal. The bowerbird had dropped it on the ground below. It would be the first thing she saw when she climbed down from the tree house in the morning. Wasn't that lucky? Sometimes it is only when you stop looking that's when you find things in the end.